Alright, so I feel like I need to make a proper video. I know the last couple of days, well, probably since Monday, there's Donnie. Work's been busy, stressful, been very stressed. That's why the video I posted yesterday, I titled it a Stress Eating. Uh, I didn't actually stress eat necessarily, but I definitely felt heavily stressed and I wanted to give in to stress eating. Uh, and that kind of leads me to today when I did give in to stress eating, I guess. Today actually wasn't as stressful, so maybe it was just remnants of yesterday where I wanted to eat something. A coworker brought in some donuts from a little local shop from the place I was at. So of course I had to try one. I tried one donut hole and I tried one chocolate frosted donut. It was good. It was really good too. Um, Probably a few hours after I ate that, I started to feel a heaviness in my head, and I describe it as a heaviness. I guess it's also a dizziness, and I actually still kind of feel it now. Um, Might also be from the other thing I ate today. After I had the donut, I brought myself a Factor 75 meal to work, and I had that. It was the Indian butter chicken, which I love that dish. It was really good. But I worked late, and it was at a remote location, far from home, like on the opposite side of the county. So we were finished. I think it was like at exactly 5 o'clock. So I left there at 5. Donnie's barking. My improv class was tonight also. I thought I wasn't going to go. I thought about not going because just the way I feel. I feel exhausted, um, tired. I guess that's kind of the same thing as exhausted, and just that dizziness feeling in my head. I think from not eating properly or not sticking to my diet. So I thought about not going, but then I thought about all the money I spent on the class, and also how I enjoy it. Excuse me. I do get anxious, I guess, still, especially in this class. This class just feels a lot more advanced. I mean, it is level 2, but I don't know, just it's a different instructor, a slightly different vibe. I mean, it's not a bad thing, it's just different. And I feel like it's more professional. I feel like I have to, I don't know. With improv, you don't really have to do anything, it's kind of what you make it. But I just make myself more anxious thinking about it, I guess. But anyway, I know it's a challenge that I need to apply myself to, so I went. And I'm glad I did. Tonight was really fun. Tonight was we studied emotions, and we did a few scenes where we had to start at like a level 1 of the emotion, and then we had to amp it up to a level 10, and all also while looking at your partner, playing off of them, playing off of their physical cues, facial cues. Um, so that was actually pretty good experience. Um, Arm. I guess I'm lazy because my arm's getting tired. I'll put this in this holder, this handle. What I noticed today during improv is typically with the intro class, I felt like prior to a scene, I felt more. I was thinking more about what I was going to do, who I was going to be, what the scene was going to be about, which I'm sure is probably still the case. That those thoughts still run through my mind. But this being tonight was the second class. First class we worked on just making eye contact and playing off of each other. So I feel like with this skit that I did tonight, the scene that I did tonight, I was more focused on making eye contact with the person, and rather than being worried about what I'm going to do the scene about, I felt more like make eye contact with the person, try to excuse me, try to read the person and create my response based on that. Um, so even if a person like myself, I think I'm pretty monotone a lot of the time. Like I don't show a lot of emotion, in my opinion. Actually, the other instructor said I was very deadpan. So I guess that means like to deliver something kind of monotone. No, it doesn't mean monotone, but it means just very emotionless, I think. But anyway, so it's something I need to work on. But yeah, looking at your partner, playing off of them, kind of helps you create the scene, helps you decide how you're going to interact. Even if the person isn't heavily expressive, that's what I was going to say. If they're not heavily expressive, you can still look the person in the eye. And I mean, this isn't really what the class, the instructor said. It's just kind of what I gained from it. Um, you can look the person in the eye and still kind of get some sort of vibe from them. You can kind of feel their energy and play off of that. Um, and if you that energy, whatever energy you pick up on, and however you decide to respond to it, kind of amplify it, and be I want to say like very distinct in the role that you're planning to portray during the scene. So I think eye contact and just playing off the other your teammate, I think that really helps a lot. So that was interesting. That's something that I've learned so far in this level 2 course. Um, so anyway, I don't think I didn't mention this yet, but prior to the course, I worked until 5, and then I had to rush to where I was. It was like exactly, it was actually a little bit longer than an hour and a half drive to St. Petersburg from where I was. So I had to rush there. And of course, when you're trying to make a schedule and you didn't bring anything to eat, you stop by fast food. So on the way there, I drove by. I noticed a Checkers. Checkers is probably my favorite fast food joint. Like you can't get better fries than Checkers, and the burger also. If it's fresh, it's freaking delicious. I love it. Got a big Buford, and I added bacon to it. A double Buford, double the patties. And I added bacon to it, and I didn't specify a size. It was seen small, so the fry was a small, which was good. And for the drink, I got water, a bottle of water. So between Checkers and the donut hole I had this morning, it's not the best. I was cognizant about what I was eating for breakfast, and I knew that the donut was not going to make me feel good. Of course, I still went ahead and did it. I would have liked to have some sort of protein prior to eating the donut. I don't know if you've heard of this, but there's something called dressing your carbs to where, I mean, it doesn't negate any carbs. Some people think they can throw fiber into the food to negate carbs. I don't think it quite works that way. But dressing your carbs is when you eat something like a heavy protein first. Like for breakfast, if you want to have a pancake, eat your meats and eggs prior to eating the high carb food. It modifies the way your body responds to the carbs. So there's been studies done, and glucose levels show that when you eat your proteins first, that your body's reaction to carbs and the spike of glucose that it creates is actually a lot less pronounced as just eating carbs and solely carbs like a donut in the morning. So I wanted to dress my carbs, but that didn't happen since I wasn't at home and couldn't cook. So I still had the donut. I wanted to try it. I was craving it because I was stressed. That didn't help. But I thought maybe having the lunch that I brought, that Factor 75 meal, could potentially help. I don't know if it did, but I still ate it. That was at like 11:30, I think. And yeah, then dinner was at Checkers. So I know I could have done better. Honestly, due to the time constraint, there's like to try to eat healthy. I mean, if you want to eat healthy, it's basically a salad, and I can't drive and eat a salad. Like I wish there were more fast food places that just sold like drive-through fast food places that sold grilled meats, like grilled shish kebabs would be great. Maybe like a Mediterranean grilled shish kebab with a tzatziki dipping sauce. That'd be really good. But there's nothing like that, as far as I know, that exists. Um, so when you're in a time crunch, it's definitely hard. Really, the only way to stop from eating fast food is to just meal prep, plan ahead, and bring your food. Um, yeah, I guess if I plan to be out there a while again, I'll do that. Um, but anyway, like I said, I don't really regret eating Checkers. It was delicious. It's been a while since I've had it, so I indulged. And the good thing is when you decide to indulge like that, I mean, I definitely don't want to make myself have that severe depression, feel like crap. Definitely don't want that. So that's why, I was cognizant of the donut I ate for breakfast, and I didn't want to get like a soda for dinner and have more sugar in my drink. I mean, I'm not going to try to lessen the spike of glucose as much as I can. It's just the way my body responds to it now is just agonizing. Um, so I don't regret it. I enjoyed it, and tomorrow's a new day. We start fresh and keto friendly. So right now I'm going to unwind and take a shower, get some sleep, and hopefully get enough sleep to where I feel refreshed and yeah, rejuvenated tomorrow. That'd be nice. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video. I know it's been a couple days since I've made a video actually talking to you guys. Um, this weekend's Mother's Day. Still don't know what we're gonna do for Mother's Day. My sister has 5 kids, so it's not too easy for her to go out to restaurants. Um, so I don't know if we'll have something at someone's house. Maybe here at my house. My house is tiny though, so we'll see. Anyway, hope you guys have a good night. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I'd like to hear your constructive criticism. If it's just, I don't know, I get the vibe that some people um, have ulterior motives with some of these comments. Like, the comments are kind of, I'm not going to say mean, but they're kind of, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. You can say what you want because, I mean, I'm going to do my own thing whether you like it or not. That's up to you. But it's funny how I feel like some people try to use reverse psychology, or they'll call me out and then kind of fluff it to make it seem nice and friendly from a good place. Like, okay, being a little dramatic there, but whatever, it is what it is. Part of me wanting to do YouTube was to interact also, not just be on video and practice, but interact with people, all different kinds of people. So it's interesting. All right, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.